this one. Number 1 against number 2. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe joins from the sideline with an injury report.
Guys, I caught up with the Texas A&M head coach before the game. Coach said because they are still without their starting quarterback, this has been essential to have a bye week this week. Give their backup all of the reps with the number 1 offense, something he typically doesn't do all season long. So they have really focused on more reps, more reads, so he can really hit the ground running here today early in this game. Back to you.
We'll see what kind of impact that has, Holly. Some way to start this game. They're lining up for an onside kick. Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Straight ahead, it's Walton. He's past the marker. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking downfield, it's Hebert. Got it in the middle, it's Perez. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Fresh set of downs going to the air. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Notre Dame. They're coming off a national championship win last year, but you got to think this group of seniors isn't satisfied with stopping there.
No, they have tremendous leadership, and this coaching staff, too. That was the one priority in the offseason, fighting complacency, staying hungry to try and chase another title, David.
And it's hard to do, but you got new pieces and new places and new faces, which is awesome. So it's a lot of guys that haven't won that championship that want to fight for it, that are hungry, and now you mix them with some guys that have also won. It's a good recipe.
The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Left side, it's Johnson. He's not going to make it to the first down marker, but that looked like a clear face mask, and he might wind up with the first down anyway. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Quarterback changing the play. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Back to throw, it's Hebert. Out wide left, it's Miller. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those first downs. Get those big chunks.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And how about that? That's already the 3rd target this guy has had on the opening drive of the game. He is a big factor for their success throwing the football. He's got to win the matchups. Even though that one goes incomplete, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. You're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time now. It used to just be in the red zone. Now you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Got it! A terrific play to keep him from getting to the chains and forcing the turnover on downs.
Hey, you come out early in the game, you're trying to send a message to your team that you're confident, you believe in them to convert these 4th downs. You didn't get that one, but don't let it be a detriment moving forward. If you want to stay aggressive, be that way throughout the course of the game.
They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. The Aggies, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Turning it on. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. They're testing the right side here. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. A&M comes back out with another 1st down. They want to run it left here. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Driven back.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. Would have just been a 49-yard field goal try, but they're hungry for touchdowns, so they'll try to move the chains on 4th and short. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically.
I love offenses that can just rely on their offensive line to get it done in 4th and short situations like that. Turn around, hand it off, let's stay on the field and keep this thing going.
So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Hits the hole, it's Edwards. Nowhere Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Always a rare treat to get number 1 versus number 2, particularly this early in the season, guys.
Yeah, just an early test, right? Understand exactly where you are, obviously with big ramifications down the road. But, Jesse, how about knowing where you are to start the season?
You're absolutely right. This is a game that's going to set the tone for both of these teams and also for the entire college football season.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Going to the run, it's Edwards. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
And the offense runs the football, and they get the first down. And you kind of get the feeling they've already gone for it on 4th down once. Like, they're going to do it again. And that just puts so much pressure on a defense. Like, to play an extra snap over and over again is really, really difficult. This offense appears to be in an aggressive mode.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to the lone running back. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Escapes the pressure going right. Touchdown, Aggies! First points of the day are on the board. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They tried to get the wall set up for him. Not quite enough for the huge play, but a good job to give his offense some breathing room. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Makes the grab. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
When offenses run these slant routes, it's about putting the ball right on the numbers, and defensively, I got to be able to take those angles right away. See where he's at, break on the football. Poor angles there by the defense. The offense took advantage with some nice yards after the catch.
Looking downfield, it's Hebert. And the incomplete pass had a lot of juice on it. One thing you can figure out from these tests early in the season, particularly a top 5 matchup like this, is where you are and just how far you have to go.
Yeah, and which is a talking point amongst your team. It's a prove-it game. Like, let's see where we stack up so we can start building throughout the rest of the season.
You're right, David. It's fun to find out this early in the year between 2 top 5 teams. Just who are these guys? What do they do well? What do they not do well? How mentally and physically tough are they? Because that's going to answer a lot of questions as the season goes on.
Quick give. It's Walton.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. It's 3rd down, and they've got to get it to the 33. Off play action. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And the field goal unit is on the field. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off.
Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. And the Aggies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Across the 45. Slides, avoids the hit. What a play to convert on second and long.
Well, that is a crazy sequence of events, because if you're the defense, you're feeling yourself after getting that sack on first down. Now you've got them in second in California, thinking you're going to do it again, and you let him get out the gate. The speed shows up. He somehow is able to make people miss, use the speed, get to the sticks. That kills you as a defense.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Second down to the air. Buying time to his right. Got out of trouble and throws. Inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds at the 39. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Lisa. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
And there they go again, another huge gain on the ground.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know they're running the football. It's just a matter of who's getting it and where they're going. But this offense, it really didn't matter. Nice job up front, nice execution, picking up not only the one, making it an even bigger play and getting the first down.
Finds his big tight end. Good throw and catch, takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Texas A&M will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Could not find a hole. This defense clogging up everything. It's 3rd and goal. This crowd knows when to bring it. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. It's picked off. The Heisman contender turns it over. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? To the air, it's Hebert. They're all over him. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Making the adjustment. Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. The pass is incomplete and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the 1st half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Into double coverage, and he picked it off. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the 1st half. And And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with the Washington Huskies, taking on the number 8 team, the Tennessee Volunteers. And it's the Huskies coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week.
The Aggies offense will have another go at it. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Give to the running back. Uh-oh, look out. Here's a little room there. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. The Aggies just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Drops back on first down. Gonna take a shot. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Touchdown, Aggies. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And the biggest thing is identifying coverages, right? Like, quarterback has to line up and see what he's seeing and see those safeties. I know outside with that safety in the middle of the field, I got a chance to attack deep with my speedster, and he does a great job throwing the football out there, and he does the rest with the catch and then striding it into the end zone.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
To throw, it's Hebert. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Got his man. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down.
And they owe that completion to the quarterback in his individual effort. He was under incredible pressure, but he was able to buy himself time, extend the play, and then locate a receiver down the field.
Here we go. Ready, go. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
This defense is a very well-coached unit, and they're very, very active, and they're very aware of what's going on. Everybody on defense there knew where the quarterback wanted to go with it. Everyone trying to get their hands in the air to swat it down.
Wants to throw again. Setting up the screen. Breaks into the open. The 20. He is in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Out wide right, it's Shelton. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. They'll try the left side. Still on his feet at the 45. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
They give it to the freshman, his first carry. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Touchdown, Aggies! And they take it in for 6 more points. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
On the move from inside his 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. Here come the Irish, back on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Looking downfield, it's Hebert. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Makes the grab, it's Barres. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. They used the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Quarterback signaling to his guy. Wants to throw one first. Unloads to the wideout. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Return. Q. Freeze. Needs it here on 4th down. Makes a grab past the marker. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
And this offense is going to need more of those, man. You've dug yourself a little bit of a hole. Defense still giving up points on the last possession, man. You got to put it in overdrive. You need more big plays, more shots down the field. You got to continue to be aggressive.
He wants it all. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
And you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up this third down play. Back to throw, it's Bear. Still looking to his right. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're not...
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long.
Here we go. Ready. Go.
Snaps it, and he has to have it. Makes a grab. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off. Notre Dame comes to the line, that last completion, giving them a fresh set of downs. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
You have to understand at home, it's really hard for a head coach to kick a field goal at this juncture after such a long drive. So many first downs. You've gotten right down to the doorstep. 4th down, you want to be able to pay this thing off and punctuate this drive with a touchdown.
Booster, booster.
Looking to throw. Here comes the heat. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Coming out with it, it's Cobb. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And every coach in America has a plan for this situation. The first 4 minutes of the game, the last 4 minutes of the game. How I'm going to construct my offense. Most of the time, I got to be physical. Run the football like right here. Run that clock. Get a few first downs, and I can end this football game on offense.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He's fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
Right side, it's Shelton. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stopped.
Nice job executing the 4-minute offense. You know, they practice this throughout the week, having a lead late in the game, running plays to just get enough to get first downs to stay on the field, and they are executing this 4-minute offense to perfection.
And I'd go back to him again after that first carry, but the defense more ready. They're more alert, dialed into the running back. They're like, listen, we've given up one big play. All eyes on him. Nice job getting the guy on the ground.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll ride him again. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Defense doing their job, getting that last stop, and now 3rd in California. Not a lot of play calls to convert this, so defensively, let's get off the field now. The clock's running. We need to give it back to our offense with as much time as possible.
Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking long. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Looks it in. He gets a block. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. They got the stop they needed. Now can the offense pay it off and tie this game up late? Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Left side, it's Miller. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. 1st down here as we dive into the college football season. A week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Looking to throw, it's Hebert. Hauls it in. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately.
And this offense, they got another positive gain, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up, maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get 1st downs, and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
Motion from the wideout. Just keep slinging it. Look out. Picked off to stop the threat. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 50. He's at the 40. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick 6. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know if you can break that play, you can get past that level, it might be to the house. It might be to the crib. Lucky that wasn't a pick 6 if you're on offense.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to throw, and they've got to go a long way. There he goes. The offense coughs it up. And this fumble bounces out of bounds.
When you start to get that offense going and start having success, you got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
They put the brakes on it.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
And he's not going to make it this time either. Another stop, and it's 3rd and goal.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations.
And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch. Guess they wanted to make sure they rubbed a little salt in the wound here down the stretch.
And it's your job to stop it. Keep playing football. I like it when the offense keeps the foot on the accelerator. It's your job. If you don't like it defensively, do something about it.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Hebert. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Fresh set of downs going up top. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Timeout is called with just a single second left. Notre Dame has made this 2nd down play much more difficult after going backwards. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Down he goes, can't get the throw off, and that's gonna do it. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national champions.